everyone, it's Linda McKenna from Golden Rule Senior Placement Services coming to you today with Tuesday Talks. And the reason why that I have my little 4-leaf clovers or 3-leaf clovers for St. Patty's Day is that we didn't get to celebrate it yesterday. So I thought I would dress in it today because it is a golden day for St. Patrick's Day, and it brings us much luck and prosperity. So I still want to acknowledge the holiday of yesterday. Today we are going to be talking about, the topic is, since it is a few days before the first day of spring, we're going to spring into action with 11 fun-free, low-cost activities for seniors to get outdoors. We're just starting to have better weather, so by all means, we want to enjoy the outdoors. And what do I always say? We want to enjoy vitamin D. So these 11 fun-free activities and low-cost activities is something, like I said, that we could do outdoors. And it's something that we want to engage in for not only our physical health, but our mental health. During the winter months, unfortunately, we are secluded at home, and sometimes we're shut in at home, and we really have no interaction with other folks. And that is something that happens with our senior loved ones as well. And they're not getting outside for physical activity too. So that is important, that we want to make sure that we jumpstart the spring holiday with getting outside and doing some activities for not only the physical sense, but for the mental sense as well. Okay. 1, wheelchair accessible trails. We talked about this in previous conversations. There's many parks not only are for children or dog parks, but there is also trails that are handicapped, that are easy for them to walk with a walker, even a wheelchair, to be out, but it's safe environment, so it's a flattened pavement, so that's why it's not treacherous, and the chance of actually tripping and falling as well. It is ways of not navigating uncharted territories. So we want to make sure that it is wheelchair accessible, but even so, if somebody is with a walker, that it is safe to be around as well. 2, I love this. Cloud watching. Even if the forecast isn't for sun, being outside still can reduce anxiety. Cloud watching is a wonderful, free way of connecting with nature. Perhaps cloud watching with deep breathing for a meditative experience. Love that. What do you see? This is something that you could be outside with your senior loved ones and maybe have lunch outside, maybe on your patio, lanai, front driveway, and make an event of it. And looking at the sky and looking at the clouds and seeing their shapes. What a way of fun things that are described in our beautiful universe and in our sky. So something like that I think is really, really unique as well too. And a lot of it is also, there's also bird watching. There is things that you recognize, even planes passing by, is something that you can enjoy looking at. But the cloud watching, thought that was really clever. Cost nothing. 3, stargazing. So now, of course, we have the clouds during the day, and then at night we get to see the beautiful stars. There's sometimes meteor showers, sometimes there's the eclipse, but it's an excellent way to take advantage of an outdoor time that the days get warmer and warmer. And honestly, the night is later, so it's now with daylight savings time, it's getting darker later. So it keeps them up a little bit longer rather than them falling asleep. Our senior loved ones, sometimes like even babies, get very confused at this time, is they're not going to bed at 6 o'clock because it's dark. They're going to bed at 7:30, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So they have a longer day, but the evening they can really sleep. What is a good schedule time that we're sleeping as well as being their caregivers. Meteor showers are other astrological events are usually very much publicized. So this is something that you could look into as well. 4, Walking games. Did you know that you could be rewarded for walking? Love it. Now we have watches that could tell the time of distance, that or even by your electronic devices. But my daughter did a great thing with her little mothers group, and it was a walking game, and it was through the gardens. And actually, she made little wristbands with tape, but actually faced it out. So, and then which you are able to do is cut out little, I want to say little, diagrams, or if you want to say little placards that you could adhere to it. Like if you saw a dandelion, you cut out a dandelion and you stick it to your bracelet. Were you able to see a rose, a pink rose, cut that out and actually stick it to your bracelet. So, walking games, there's a lot of them to do throughout the neighborhood. And it's something that the grandchildren can do with their grandparents as well. But all ages get to see all the surroundings and the beauty of nature as well too. There's a lot of botanical gardens in each of our areas, so that might be a great place to do a walking game as well. But I love that idea. Is just like when we were Girl Scouts, we got our little badges. So those are like little badges of honor on their bracelet, and was a good keepsake. So what a great thing that they can do with their grandchildren or great-grandchildren. 5, bird feeder watching. Love it, as we were just talking about before with the cloud watching. Bird feeders are wonderful. Again, I'm going to mention my daughter. She has a bird feeder on her window, and my soon-to-be 4-year-old granddaughter. It is an event all the time when there's different birds that actually come and partake in and having the seeds, and how they actually communicate with other birds while they're perched eating, or safeguarding one while they're eating. It's just, with nature, it's really something that it is really special. And then you get to see all the seasonal birds as well too. There's red robins, blue jays. Wonderful with spring that they're out, because guess what? Better weather for the birds to be out as well. 6, go into the farmer's market. Love this. We have one in our area where we reside, and the farmer's market is fresh produce. And nothing better for getting exercise, actually going out to the farmer's market and picking out your vegetables and fruits yourself, rather than a large store. And it's something as an event that you could do with your senior loved one. But seasonal fruits and vegetables, sometimes there's actually picking farms of strawberries and blueberries, something to partake in. And guess what? Again, you're outside in vitamin D. 7, gardening. Very hard for a lot of our senior loved ones to actually get down into the dirt. There is a lot of raised garden beds that are made by wooden shelving. And what a great way for planting maybe a vegetable garden. So now we're not having to bend down into the earth because now, loss of balance, but actually utilizing a raised garden is wonderful. Believe it or not, gardening is a great thing that they do at senior living communities. And it's not only for the assisted and independent side, but the memory care. Seeing life as it grows and being responsible and having purpose is wonderful. And gardening is just perfect for that. Just buying seeds and doing some little vegetables is something that is very manageable and something to be responsible for. So they're watering and, actually cutting off dried leaves. So it's something that is really something that they look forward to the next day and partaking in. 8, picnicking. Love it. You could picnic anywhere, especially if it's to a park, it's to the beach, it's to the museum. Picnicking is fun. Bring in a basket full of goodies, a cooler full of goodies, maybe light snacks. It doesn't have to be a full lunch, but going out and planning for it, it is wonderful. And it gets somebody out, doesn't really cost you anything. You're bringing food from home, or if you're stopping at a place to purchase some items, but actually going out and picnicking rather than being in the restaurant or eating at home is actually going somewhere. Parks, like I said, beaches, there's a lot of picnic benches, or you could bring a special chair, or if they're in a wheelchair, of course, they can utilize that as well too. But what a great thing for them to enjoy. Number 9, volunteering outdoors. It's giving back and socializing and embracing nature as well too. A lot of the volunteering local here is there's a lot of garden clubs and a lot of botanical gardens that the seniors get involved in. But also great thing is volunteering for ourselves to volunteer, or your senior loved one to volunteer with another senior, is actually sitting with a senior, a fellow senior, maybe on a patio, going to a nursing home and visiting, bringing them outside to enjoy time with them as well too. But what a great way to intermingle seniors. Maybe in their senior living community that somebody is not as mobile as they are, that they could go visit them once a week, bring them out to the patio area, and actually enjoy each other's conversation. So again, volunteering is something very easy to do, and it's costly, no, but it is something that is very valuable to the person that's receiving your services. 10, photography. Love this. Capturing a moment, may it be a beautiful sunrise, a sunset, pretty on your garden tours, or being out and about and picnicking, or bird feeders, taking pictures of the moment, especially now that it's digital versus that of having to produce films. So, with your phone, easily to take pictures. Why not do selfies with it as well too, so you can enjoy that activity with your senior loved one. But the beauty of nature can definitely be embraced with it. 11 is agritourism, is actually doing tours where there is farm to table restaurants. Love this. There's a lot of them in each area where we all reside, that there's certain restaurants that actually do this kind of frequently. Is they grow a lot in their gardens, and they make special salads from their garden outside. So farm to table is wonderful. It's not only that of vegetables and fruits, but it's also of livestock as well too. It's healthy. Most important thing, it's getting them out, and the farm to table is usually on an outside picnic area as well too. So being amongst that garden area or the actual farm, or actually with the livestock, is pretty neat. So again, something to do that is not a very costly thing to do as well too. But the most important thing is to keep your senior healthy, mind, body, and soul, and it gives them something to look forward to, keeps them active physically and mind-wise, and it is something that you would want to do with them as well, so because you're actually creating a memory. Love it. Love doing activities. We think of doing these things with our young children when we were younger, and why not do this with our senior loved ones? Senior living encompass a lot of these activities within their activity level of scheduling. So it's something that a lot of seniors would be enjoying in a senior living environment. But if it's something that you're responsible for, by all means, be creative and get outside. That's the most important thing, and enjoy the sun and absorb vitamin D. Next week, which is going to be March 25th, and our Tuesday Talks is encompassing the holiday that we're going to be recognizing, which is March 30th. So it's a couple of days before that, and it's National Doctors Day. And the theme is, don't forget to celebrate Doctors Day with your providers, and make sure that your senior loved one is up to date with visiting their doctors too. So that will be next week. As always, happy spring. And we're looking forward to fresh beautiful air and new life and new beginnings. So as always, I would leave you with my website, which is www.goldenruleseniorplacement.com. There you will find my bio, a way of getting in touch with me, with the demographics, testimonials, the various options of senior living, resources, and this whole library of all these video talks of Tuesday Talks. And I would love to communicate. If there's something that you would love to have a discussion over, by all means, send me a message. Thank you for viewing Tuesday Talks, and have a blessed week and happy spring. And I hope you had a happy Valentine's Day, a happy St. Patty's Day as well. Bye-bye now. Have a blessed one.